Good morning, everyone. I need to come clean. I've been eating ripe tomatoes for about 4 days. My little cherry tomatoes have been ripening, and I have been eating them. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So, you're going to be hearing some really upset hens. I hope it don't bother you too much because they're mad at me because I have one, two, three broody hens in that barn right there, and I've taken all of their eggs away from them, and they're very upset. So, I want to show you something else. Cucumber, like a smile or a frown. And this zucchini got away from me. I found two yesterday while I was excavating my garden area. It's crazy in there, but there is some really great stuff going on in there. I need to get my basil so I can start drying basil. I need to get some of my um, sage out so I can start making sage bundles once they dry. So exciting. Lots of tomatoes. I've pulled a lot of bigger green tomatoes in the front part of where I have them. I'm trying to get some of that stuff. So I'm going to go in with clippers and start clipping, but we're going to have rain for the next like 7, 8 days. Oh my gosh. Really? Everybody in the back's doing good. Um, the little Indios went to bed by themselves the night before last. They went in on their own. But last night I had to chase them. And then for some reason, the three little girls, I'm listening back there. It sounds like there's something fussing going on. But anyway, let's get to this. Okay. All right. So the Epstein files is a huge thing right now in the news, right? It should be. It's about little girls. I heard for years people talking about Biden and Hillary Clinton, and the children and how they were trafficking children. And I mean, people that I thought were legitimate thinkers were talking about Biden and Hillary trafficking children. Where did the children go? Okay, well, let's not talk about the crazy conspiracy crap anymore. Because if you're caring about children being trafficking, you should be concerned about this Epstein file. Do not let anyone change your mind that you should be concerned about it because you should. They're little girls. All of the men that were involved in that scenario should be put in jail. And Trump continues to deflect from it and tell you you're stupid if you're talking about it and you should not worry about it anymore. Why are you worried about this? Well, some of us are worried about it because it's about little girls being sexually trafficked for men like you, sir. You know, you hear MAGA talk about, oh, save the children. And you hear Trump say, well, they're going to school, little boy, and they're coming home a girl. Huh? Transgender, the boxing, you know, she's a he or she was a he, and that wasn't even true. And then people will bring up the chromosome thing. That was a that was a Russia thing. I mean, it's so crazy how they spew this stuff. Well, even like they're eating the cats and the dogs. We know that was absolutely insane. And yet people went with that. But these same people are going, oh, well, the Epstein files, who cares? Move on. Let's talk about this wonderful deportation that's going on. No, it's not a wonderful uh, deportation. People are being harmed, people are dying, women are having babies in ICE detention with shackles on their legs. And oh, we're not going to worry about those kids, those people. And then you'll hear someone from MAGA go, well, if they come in legally, that's okay. Okay, well, ICE is picking up people as they follow the legal course of becoming an American citizen. So that doesn't fly anymore either. But let's talk about saving the children. I really want to focus on this because I really get tired of hearing MAGA influencers talking about saving the children. We must save the children. But we don't want to address anything that would save children or make children happier or their lives easier or healthier. Nope. And you know what else we're going to do? We're going to be okay with saying, you don't have to be vaccinated. You don't have to be vaccinated to go to a public school where there's hundreds of children. And if you contract something, you could take it out with all of these hundreds of children and die. Oh, but vaccines are bad, right? You're going to deport U.S. children that were born here. Born here. You're okay with deporting them. Those are U.S. citizens. There goes your patriotic stuff, right? School shootings. We're going to come right back to school shootings. Never is there legislation to help with school shootings. It's always to give more. Like now, I believe you can get your gun transferred into an automatic gun or automatic. You know, gun legislation that would help school systems, you don't give a crap about. But you'll talk about a lie and a controversy about litter boxes being put in schools, which was a lie. That's a lie. If there was anything to do with litter in classrooms, it had to do with the fact that in Ohio there was a classroom that had, or a whole school or a classroom that had a bucket of kitty litter in a closet in the room for when they had school shootings, they would have a toilet. Save the children. School lunches. Oh, we don't want to feed them. Yeah, we're not going to feed these kids. We're going to make you have them. We're going to make you raise them. And we are not going to help you feed them at school so that way their brains are nourished and they can learn. I don't understand with not feeding the children. You want to save the children, but we're not going to feed the children. Like the children in other countries that rely on us and our farmers and some companies to produce food to send, you're letting those kids starve. And it seems to me that you all are okay with the children being gunned down while they're waiting for food that's not coming because they have a criminal blocking the food and the medical assistance coming in. The medical assistance and things that we sent to other countries being stopped and children dying because they need that medical assistance. Let's save the children. Medical care. Cutting children's medical care. We don't care. Figure it out. You shouldn't have had children then. Really? When you force young ladies to have children, most oftentimes when you force the mother to have a child that she is not prepared for, okay, number one, the father is probably not in the picture. Number two, she's got to figure out a way to raise that child, support that child, and house, clothe, feed, medical care, and daycare because she's going to have to work, but then the daycare takes most of the money and you don't care about daycare. The legislators in the Republican Party are absolute. I don't really want to say bad words. I really don't. And the, but to describe the legislators in the Republican in Congress and the Senate, horrible people. SCOTUS. I should call them scrotum. I'm just saying. Save the children. I think medical care is pretty important. Don't you? A mother struggling, working, we'll just say as a CNA. She's a CNA at a nursing home. She's overworked. They're understaffed because, they're dropping all of those kind of restrictions as well, right? Okay. She goes to work every day. And she's got children. Husband's out of the picture, or boyfriend, or dad's. We'll just say dad's out of the picture. Now, her kid breaks her arm. How is she going to afford that medical care to all the X-rays, the resets, um, the casting, and then the checking, and then the recasting, and then put into a soft cast? How is she going to afford that? What about if her teeth are messed up? How are they going to take care of that? Cut medical care for children. In a time when inflation is going off the charts right now, okay? Now, I noticed that some people were keeping track of the cost hikes during Biden. I'd like to see what they have to say now. Because when I go to the grocery store, I see things that are outrageous. 20, 40, 60% within 2 weeks. We'll say 60 cents. Things are raising 60 cents. In 2 weeks' time, it's going to get worse. And you need to prepare, and you need to learn how to shop and make menu lists and meal plans, and learn how to buy in bulk if that's what you need to do, and divide it up, make meals, whatever. Mothers out there who do not have partners, I am going to tell you that you are going to have the roughest time. You're going to have the roughest time. And if you're working and you've got children or a child and you're a single mother, this is going to be the hardest for you. I would say, well, the elderly also will have it bad. The disabled will also have it bad. But the fact of the matter is single mothers will have it worse than anyone during this situation. The children, let's save the children. You know, I heard about deep states. Oh, we've got a deep state in. They're hiding the Epstein files because Clinton and, I don't know, some of the other nefarious people they said were on that list. Now what? If you do not see that this administration is lying to you to cover Trump's ass, then you are blind. Then you are blind. So now we do have a deep state in who will lie to the public. Legislators, senators, SCOTUS. They don't care about you. And as you know, Trump already said, well, if you want to talk about the Epstein files, then I don't need your vote. I don't need your support. I don't need you. And he doesn't need you anymore. He got your vote. He was the vessel for votes for the Heritage Foundation, period. And if you think that J.D. Vance is not about ready to hop on the train to be our next president, I think it's coming. I think they're holding off long enough for Trump to build up the money from the Middle Eastern deals that he has made. And the deals that he is making money every day for himself. He grifts off of you with all of these little baubles and crap. He doesn't care that the citizens of the United States of America are going to be struggling in the worst administrative financial situation coming that you could ever imagine, and it's coming. And God knows what else is coming. The no war president, that was a farce, right? You know, and once again, I'm going to go back to what was said about the child trafficking. Where are the children? Where is the child trafficking? Blah, 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 blah. Well, what Epstein did was child sex slave trafficking. Period. Just saying. Now, as you know, he goes after the media, he goes after writers, he goes after everything that talks against him, everything, everybody, every network, so on and so forth. I don't want state media. I don't want like Russian TV to where all I see is what my leader wants me to hear. I want to hear the truth. I want to see the truth. I want to see it. I want you to prove it to me. He ain't gonna do it. And once again, he said you were stupid. Well, he knows you're stupid because you listened to him the first time. But if you're starting to question him, you're not stupid. You need to be better informed. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I've got a lot to do. Bye, y'all.